Hello! We're going to try this again. I accidentally had the wrong game listed, so I wanted to clean it up. But we are in Dyson Sphere Program. Dyson Sphere Program is a game similar to Factorio, where it is a factory building type game. This one happens to be in space. And the developers of this game recently released an update, as in last week, called The Rise of Dark Fog, which is our enemy. In fact, you can see them on the screen right there, right now. It's those little kind of ships that are circling this base-looking thing. It's been fairly popular on the last week or so. It's kind of started to die off a little bit, but I've played this game a few times. I think I got something like 80 hours, maybe 100 hours in it, and I just haven't really played it since several updates. So there's a lot of new stuff in there that I don't know. I have been watching a playthrough of Catherine of Sky just to get a sense as to any of the changes, and so far, at least what I've seen so far, it's all very similar. She's just now getting into some of the new stuff that came in an earlier update. Enemies. So I thought, hey, why don't we do this? I didn't feel like playing Minecraft this evening, but we wanted to kind of check out Dyson Sphere Program, see some of the changes that have gone in here, and build ourselves a factory. So let us start a new game. So with Dyson Sphere, you get to choose your destination. And it gives you kind of a rotation of what it's going to be, the number of stars. I don't remember what all of these things are, but you'll see there's 2 white dwarfs, a neuron, and a black hole, as well as M-types and everything else. We start on a G-type star, which I believe is fairly common. Where's there a type star? So that's a gas giant, blue giant. Yeah, B is the blue stars. Of course they are, because it's right there. But safety factor. I don't know what some of that stuff is, but thought I'd hit random a couple of times. We'll see what we end up with here. We pretty much always start on a G-type star. What I'm looking for is like something where there's a bunch of stars that are fairly clustered together. There's the neuron star. Black hole pretty far away. This is a really tight cluster here. You see everything is kind of clustered together very tightly. So you have the seed here. You have the number of stars that you want. You want a resource multiplier. It's like how many resources you want. Sandbox mode, and then of course you can turn on the dark fog settings, which we're here to kind of find out. We have some metadata apparently, but we're not really using it for anything. But metadata is an update that was added to the game several updates ago, actually. And what it is it allows you to use some of the work that you did in a previous game to help speed along a future game. So think of it, I guess the way to think about it, or at least the way I think about it, is like prestiging in some shooter games where, okay, you've beat the game, so now you get a kind of a bonus the next time you play. So that's the kind of idea I think there. So here we are. I think we'll go with this one. It looks like everything's nice and clustered, relatively tight. We have a few stars here, right kind of near our start area. There's a couple of class Gs, and it looks like we have a couple of class Ms. So give her a start. Mic.
Unknown, created in exploration. The seed evolves in iteration. From zero, transforming into infinity, and beyond. It spreads and becomes the shadow of the galaxy. As dark fog rises, the stars dim. You will embark on a new journey.
Okay, so that's essentially the trailer for Dark Fog. So we are in the Salasuda system. There's our cluster code and letting you know that I happen to be in
Welcome
Eastern time.
to the real universe. Very soon, you'll find this place different from our homeland. But you should be able to adapt to the laws of physics here in no time. I'm your advisor. I will assist you in completing this mission.
So kind of our little intro into the game. We get to see some of the graphics, and we're going to essentially be flying to our new destination.
Everything here belongs to you. As a member of the Cosmo, a pioneer of the Dyson Sphere Program, you will explore this cluster from ground zero. Make use of the resources available here to build a Dyson Sphere that supplies energy to the center brain to maintain homeland simulation. I've chosen a planet for the mission, and there are essential resources for the initial development. Now, please pilot the space capsule toward this planet.
As we come into landing on Salacid 3, you see down there on the bottom of the screen, there is the Dark Fog enemy.
EM signals detected. Extracting feature variables. Comparing with database. Those are highly likely anomalous mechanical bodies from the Mechanic Energy Program. Engineers call them Dark Fog. Dark Fog is extremely sensitive to EM.
Hello, Racing Plays. How are you?
So they may launch an assault on us. To stay low profile, we will land on the other side of this planet.
I'm doing well. I am indeed, this is a brand new playthrough. I played Dyson Sphere a while back, and so
industrial mecha. Use the direction key.
There's a lot of changes that I haven't seen. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how it is. I did do a little bit of an offline playthrough just to remind myself of the mechanics, but I haven't really done it in a while. So we'll kind of see. But we land. So basically, for those that don't know, Dyson Sphere, the goal here is
sources like wood or gravel. Click the right mouse button as well.
Thank you, tutorial guy.
In addition, you can hold Shift and click the right mouse button on each of your targets to give a series of commands. Some items are found after disassembling the space capsule. Click on the inventory button at the bottom right corner of the screen to open and check.
Okay. So the story with Dyson Sphere, the end goal is we need to provide power back to the center brain, which is in our home galaxy. So we've been sent into this new galaxy to try to build up power that somehow we're going to send.
You can hold the middle mouse button to rotate the camera, or scroll the mouse wheel to zoom in and out.
I've been surfing YouTube and Twitch, mainly following YouTube series, but JD plays the Dark Fog since it came. I still love the game and I want to buy it for Christmas, so I'm learning as much as I can. Oh, absolutely cool. Yeah, this was, I actually started playing this. I mean, God, it's been a while. I've done about 80 to 100 hours in this game. And I started playing it after watching Biffa Plays Indie Games actually started playing it when it first launched. But that was kind of what we are. So we start out on the planet. I already did.
The instruction menu is locked. Complete a technology research to unlock it. Click on the Technology Tree button at the bottom right corner of the screen to open the Technology Tree and start a research.
All right. So the goal, I mean, and you've said you've been watching this stuff, so you probably know most of this, but just in case anybody else is jumping in on the stream for the first time. So the goal here is for us to get resources. So we have copper here. There are some scattered stone. There is iron here. We don't have the ability yet
In the planet
to...
view, you can hold the middle mouse button to rotate the camera. Hold the right mouse button to roll the camera.
Up to like setting up oil.
Press
Okay.
N to align the camera to the North Pole.
All right. So what we've got...
Planet view, scrolling the mouse wheel also enters the star map.
All right. I am leaving the tutorial guy on just because he might have some things to share with us. But we have coal down here. We have stone here. We landed next to a little teeny tiny bit of iron and a little teeny tiny bit of copper. There is some additional iron up here and additional copper, as well as stone and coal. So actually, we might shift our base up to here. There is a oil seep for oil. It's not great. And then we have the dark fog dudes on the other side of the planet. Here they are. So this is the dark fog base. They are slowly but surely building up their resources as well. And then what you're going to see here, and eventually it'll tell us, as we build stuff, we're going to start generating threat. We don't have enough stuff to worry about the space threat yet, but eventually that's a thing. But this local base, which is the planetary base threat, as we do things, it's going to start to get them kind of angry at us. Where am I? There I am. I'm actually thinking we're going to move physically up here. Fun fact about the dark fog: when they make units and have patrol their planetary base, the patrols look like caterpillars for some reason. Yeah, I did notice that. It was on the main screen. All right, so again, not a super duper great spawning spot, but I think we're gonna be okay enough. Hold on, where's the nearest iron? So we've got there's a small patch of iron there with 54,000. Lots of stone, lots of copper. I'm trying to find a good place that's got... Oh, there's a ton of iron. But that puts us fairly close to the dark fog. No copper. Yeah, this actually is pretty... You're right, this is a pretty bad start, but that's okay. We can get through it. There's more iron up here. Oh, wait, that was what we were looking at a second ago. Where's copper? Iron. Coal. Where does that put us relative to the dark fog? Fairly close. I am correct that your power generation affects the growth of threat in a dark pod. Yeah, so that's basically the way that it explains it. So once we start generating threat, it'll tell us, but the more power we generate and the more things that you use, the more threat that gets generated with the dark fog. At least that's been my experience. So we have no fuel yet, so we can put a little bit of wood and a little bit of these leafy vegetables. We do have these hydrogen power cells that we get from destroying the starter capsule, but I'm not going to use them yet. Yeah, that's true too. I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I was contemplating restarting. That might not be a bad idea. All right, let's do that. Quit game. Yeah, you're not wrong. We'll try this one. We're gonna skip the trailer and stuff though, if we can. There we go. All right.
This is Icarus,
Let's see.
a very powerful but lightweight industrial mecha. Use the direction keys or click the right mouse button on the ground to move the mecha. In this mission, you'll control your mecha to navigate the universe and create miracles.
In the planet view,
Stone,
you can hold the
copper,
middle mouse button to rotate the camera.
or copper, coal.
Right mouse
There's a little
button
bit
to
of
roll the camera. Press N.
stone, copper. There's a little bit of iron there.
In the planet view, scrolling the mouse wheel also enters the star map.
It's not a lot, not
Now
that
please
much
try
better.
to disassemble the space capsule. Click the right mouse button to proceed.
Mechanical sphere. Yeah, I'm not sure. Origin of Dark Fog. Mechanical Energy Program, MEP. Prior to the Dyson Sphere, humans launched the Mechanical Energy Program to power the center brain. Cosmo released a large number of self-replicating robots into the galaxy. These robots adapted themselves to the environment using fuzzy computing. And they also mined minerals and built space places on planets. They even captured stellar energy in the photon receivers and transmitted it to center brain. Years after the Mechanic Energy Program was carried out, and abnormal signals were detected, but these were a drop in the bucket given the sheer scale of the Mechanic Energy Program. The unpredictable nature of adaptive algorithms is making the Mechanical Energy Program less and less reliable because the energy transmitted from the different robot bases varies greatly, and their self-replicating genetic algorithms leads to character degeneration. Over time, the Mechanic Energy Program failed to satisfy energy demand.
Construction menu is locked. Complete a technology research to unlock it. Click
I love how it says I can left-click to make this go away, and there we go. And that's why Cosmo proposed the Dyson Sphere Program. Countless engineers are headed in different planetary systems as pioneers of human civilization. Their mission is to build the Dyson Sphere to supply unlimited energy to center brain. This is all started from a remote cluster, then proceeded to spring up again one after another. Engineers sent back warnings, but did not prevent one planet after another from getting destroyed until calls were no longer responded to. Those clusters then fell into utter silence. Centerbrain analyzed the energy fluctuations and images and concluded that the assaults came from a mutated robot units that had engulfed massive clusters like dark fog. This is why we called them dark fog. Brave engineer, you selected a cluster that may be interested in dark fog. You have faced numerous challenges, but we believe that your courage and wisdom, you'll be able to kick off a new chapter. So that is the story behind the dark fog.
Press G to open the guidebook for detailed instructions.
Yeah. This may be another restart. I don't like this one either. All right, let's do one more restart. If this one doesn't work, we will take what we get and move on. Hello, Night Track. How are you? I am doing okay. We are trying out the little dark fog action here. We'll pick this one. We've had a couple of bad starts, so we're doing a start here, and then Racing Plays is thinking about buying the game, so we are, doing another restart.
The seed.
Yeah. Didn't like the start that we had there.
This is Icarus, a very powerful but lightweight industrial mecha. Use the directions
What was that?
or click
Locate and land on a planet with retrograde
to move the
rotation.
mecha. In this mission, you'll control
Okay.
your mecha to navigate the universe.
I don't know what retrograde rotation is, but hey, yay, we unlocked it. Okay, so let's take a quick look at this planet. We have a lot of iron right near our start.
You can hold
Decent copper, decent stone, decent coal. This is a better start. A little more copper.
to align the camera to the North Pole.
Now please try to disassemble the space capsule. Click the right mouse button to proceed.
Yeah, I'm happy with. I'm much happier with this start. I think it's definitely better than what we had initially.
The star map.
We'll shift. There's an oil seep there. There's a second oil seep. Okay, so we've got 2 crude oil, 3 crude oils relatively close. Yeah, we'll go with this. Okay. So first thing it wants us to do, of course, is retrograde is a term used, for example, in astrophysics when descending, describing the direction of rotation.
Click the right mouse button as well. In addition, you can hold Shift and click the right mouse button on each of your targets to give a series of commands.
Okay, this is our
Some items are
planet.
found after disassembling the space capsule. Click on the inventory button at the bottom right corner of the screen to open and check.
Yeah, I know. I don't have universe exploration yet. That's fine. The rotation period is negative 887 seconds. Okay.
You can hold the middle mouse button to rotate the camera.
Oh, it moves super slow.
To zoom in and out.
Okay. It's just this planet rotates super slow, which is cool. Which is good for streaming because I'll have more sunlight. It's basically, instead of Earth, like Earth, the sun rising in the east and setting in the west, the sun on the planet rises in the west and sets in the east. Okay, that makes sense. So it's reversed. Got it. Let's get some trees here while we figure out.
Construction menu is locked. Complete a technology research to unlock it. Click on the technology tree button at the bottom right corner of the screen to open the technology tree and start a research.
Oops. All right, let's get some trees. And I know you're going to want me to unlock something, which is this one. We need to make some rings, so let's do that. And I'm going to need iron ore and copper ore. So come over here and we'll just get some iron ore real quick. All right, so while we're getting a little bit of the iron ore here for a second, we'll let the Icarus kind of mine that, and we'll do the same thing with copper. Let's look at the guidebook. So this is new. Well, newer to me. So basically, this is your tutorial. So this talks a little bit about the background of why we need to do this. So thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, Night Track. In the future, humanity advances through a highly evolved civilization, and the powerful technologies bring about rapid development. Humans have used virtual reality to iterate through space and time, created a virtual universe. Okay, I got 2 dings. Why did I get 2 dings? Oh, thank you for the follow, Racing Place. All right, apparently my OBS is being slow. Operation of the virtual universe requires an immense commuting compatibilities. To achieve this, humans have invented a supercomputer that surrounds the sun and called it the Center Brain, hoping to use its powerful computing capabilities to further expand the virtual homeland. As the number of consciousness continues to grow, Center Brain's computing power will soon reach its limit. After all, more consciousness means more energy need, and so on. So basically, hey, we need more power because we want to get bigger. We define what a Dyson sphere is. So basically, civilizations develop in the vast universe. Their energy demands increase. Exploring energy sources from the stars is inevitable. Dr. Friedman Dyson proposed the legendary concept in 1960 called the Dyson Sphere, a hypothetical megastructure that completely encompasses a star and captures a large percent of its power output. So this is... the whole purpose of this game is to create a Dyson Sphere. We already read the legend, or the origin of the Dark Fog a minute ago, so basically it has mutated and is causing problems. We'll come back to this in just a second. Let's go mine some
Press G
copper.
to open the guidebook for detailed instructions.
Basic instructions, WASD to move around. Space key is for jumping. We'll start flying if we happen to be over water. And then, tells us box about, okay, to get to space flight, we need to get a drive engine and everything else. And then how to collect resources. So we have now done that. We can go ahead and hide that. We're going to collect a little bit more copper here. We need to create 10. This creates 2, so we'll go ahead and create 5. So while we're mining, we'll also start completing the quest to unlock. Yeah, okay.
Fuel is required for Mecha's every activity.
All right.
When energy is exhausted, its action will be restricted.
We'll put some wood in.
Click on the Mecha panel button at the bottom right corner of the screen to open the Mecha panel and replenish the fuel chamber.
All right, we have unlocked research. He should be telling us about this in any second now. I've unlocked a new type of automatic mining machine. It performs automatic mining. So we can stop mining manually because we now have the ability
You've obtained
to.
a mining machine. It automatically collects ores for you. You can select it in the inventory or in the construction menu, collecting section, to start building it.
Thank you. So we'll go ahead and get started on the copper. We need power.
You have an unpowered production facility. To make it run normally, place it within the power grid coverage and make sure power is supplied.
What do I need to make this?
Insufficient items.
Iron.
Click on the replicator button at the bottom right corner of the screen to open the replicator and manually replicate the required items.
Please make me 5
Wind
mining
turbine.
machines.
You've now built your first power grid. Some power facilities don't have a power supply range.
Make
So
5
you'll
wind
need to install power
turbines.
grid coverage with Tesla towers.
5 Tesla towers. Let's just get that started. I'm leaving it on only because I think it potentially... I haven't played this in a while, so there's been some changes. So, like, when it starts to talk about specifically, like, proliferators, I actually want to read that or hear what it has to say about it, because I know about proliferators, but I... not copy. Shift. Thought there was a way to just take everything. That's fine. Proliferators are something that I definitely want to learn more about. I know conceptually, but I've never played with that, if that makes sense. Oh, apparently achievements are save based, because I know I've done this. You've built the first wind turbine and mastered the most basic use. Thank you very much. Yep, so apparently the achievements are save based. That's good to know. Okay, yep, I know I didn't have enough power. Okay, I know how to put the machines out. And we know how to build the power grid. Okay, thank you. All right, have you built my other mining machine yet? Okay, you have. Okay, we've got a little ways to go here before we get to power there. Been playing too much Minecraft. I keep middle clicking to sort my inventory. Those are milestones, and there are advancements. Milestones are saved base. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. When I played, there weren't achievements, so you'll actually see me start to unlock achievements, because that wasn't a thing when I actually played this the last time. Okay, where are we? Okay, we're almost to the point where we're going to have some... All right, we can power we'll be able to power this one. Let it start collecting. I do the same thing to sort my inventory. Yeah. I'm like desperately like wanting to right click it. Connect all of those wind turbines together. Thank you very much, game. Okay, where was the coal? Over here, and stone. I swear I saw stone. Some down there. There's stone over there. We have stone and coal together. Yes, stone and coal together here to this direction. So we will come down this way to do that. But we want to get into basic logistics. Oh, apparently I have enough metadata to buy out basic logistics, but let's go ahead and we'll actually research it. Okay. So we're gonna need to make 10 gears. And circuit board. Circuit boards are... Okay, we don't have enough to make the circuit boards, but we can fix that. Very much. 10 circuit boards. 5. Okay. So that we're going to get the logistics unlocked so we can start doing the belts and storage and all of those things. We are starting to generate threat now that we have started generating power and machines and everything. At some point, the tutorial guy is going to tell us, you know, why the Dark Fog wants to hurt us. And then we'll check on that. But okay. I decide which direction I was going. I'm going over this way, down and to the right. I've unlocked conveyor belt, sorter, and everything else, so let's go ahead and...
You've obtained sorter and conveyor belt. Full automation is now possible. Use a conveyor belt to transport ores collected in the mining machine. The sorter will transport ores onto the conveyor belt into the arc smelter that will smelt them automatically.
Have to make this. I need stone. Okay. Can't build a storage container until we get some stone. You can technically come over here and break these teeny tiny stone rocks to get enough stone to do initial... And apparently you get a little bit of titanium. I forgot about that. But I think actual stone is over here. Let's go get some actual stone. I can get 8 veins. It's 6. Ooh, 9. Saw 9 there. Okay, we're taking 9. That will be a relatively productive. Okay, make me some more windmills. And we'll put down a 7. 8. I don't think we're going to be able to get more than 8. We'll go with that. Okay, we don't have enough iron ore. That's fine. We're going to do smelting here very shortly. Activate the metallurgy. So we need 10 rings. And 10 circuits, which we don't have enough iron. So we need to go get some iron. Let's go ahead and power... Are you working on that for me? You are. Drop you there. Drop that one there. So they'll start actually mining. Go ahead and grab some of this ore off the belt. Milestone automation. You've planned your first conveyor belt, which is 11.8 meters long, ushering in an era of automated production. Game. copper. And a little bit more. There we go. The early game is a little bit of running back and forth trying to get everything going, but once you get conveyors going, you can bring everything together, which makes things a lot easier. And then we'll have to deal with the dark fog threat at some point. Give me stone. As well as give me coal. I need coal for power. Alright. That there. Apparently. 4 more of the magnets. Alright. Please make me all of the belts. Alright, smelting is done, so we'll be able to set up... Go ahead and go back to the copper and the iron, and we're going to set up the automatic smelting. Oh, something I know exists in the game, but I don't know how to use is blueprints, so that's something that we're going to want to investigate at some point. Given where we are and the direction we're going, I think we're going to send all of our materials to the north here. Yeah, we'll start sending everything. We'll start setting up our factories here. So, sending that there. All right. Melting. Here. Send both. Okay, we're gonna do copper. Logistics.
You've built an arc smelter, which automatically produces basic materials, such as iron ingots and copper ingots. However, to automatically feed in raw materials and feed out products, sorters and conveyor belts are required. You've built your first power transmission facility, a Tesla tower. It can help you transmit power wirelessly over a short range and extend the power grid.
Tesla tower.
Click on it.
I hear they make cars too. Okay. So we're gonna get start getting the iron down here as well. Get the...
The facility has no recipe designated. Please configure one for it.
I want you to make iron plates.
Once a recipe is configured,
or copper
press
plates.
less than key to copy the current recipe.
And
Pressing greater than key will paste the same recipe to the next building.
you're gonna make iron plates.
Once a recipe is assigned,
And then this one here is actually gonna make
and greater than key to paste the
rings.
recipe to the next building.
Need you to make magnets. Sorry, rings. Magnets. Yeah. Yeah. So I've got my buddy who's playing Timberborn, and I play Timberborn quite a bit. He was just asking me a Timberborn quick yes or no question, so I apologize for that. And I put that windmill in a really dumb place. Let's switch you for that. Let's go ahead and remove that windmill because that was just silliness on my part. Just put that there and another one right there for now. All right, so these smelters will start getting us some plates. Shift. No, what is the way to... Is it control click to take the items out? Yes, control click. Control plus left click. Okay. So we're now making the rings and the plates and stuff, so that'll help us speed things along a little bit. But then what we're going to want to do... Again, I put this in a bad place. I'm doing a great job at putting stuff in not good places. That's okay. We're going to want to take the items out and start sending them.
Connection type. Use a sorter. There are two types of facility ports: connection ports and bridge ports. Connection ports are only compatible with conveyor belts, while bridge ports are only compatible with sorters. If a conveyor belt can't connect to a facility, try a sorter.
You. And we're going to need to make some more assembler. Five, that's fine. What am I currently crafting? Assembler. Okay, we're good. Drop the rings out there. And what I foresee is we're going to do a few more, smelters here. Copper's going to be a problem because it's such a small vein, but at some point we'll get moved over to a larger copper vein. And we're going to need to start thinking about assembly machines because it's only a matter of time until Dark Fog starts getting mad. So let's go ahead and start the basic assembling unlock. Again, we're going to need 10 gears and 10... That happened. And then once that's done, we'll start creating ammo. But we need more belts. I need to make 5 belts. We need more iron. Can I grab it from here? Oh, I can. Nice. I realized I could grab it that far away. All right, basic assembling is unlocked, so now we can start crafting certain things. But we definitely want to stand up some more smelters. Let's make another 4. We're gonna need a lot of metal for... Make all the metal bars in the world. All right. Move the conveyor belts down a smidge here. Conveyor belts. Or assemblers. Definitely need more conveyor belts, but that's a whole separate thing. So in theory, I think we can left ship that and then copy the recipe. So that's a nice quality of life thing that wasn't there before. Oh, and it actually, that copied the building full on with the assemblers. Nice. I just pasted it over the existing building. Let's grab rings, grab more iron, grab more copper. I bet you my inventory is a mess right now. That's okay. Go ahead and drop off all of this raw copper and iron carrying around. No. Okay. What we want to build now is some storages. Let's see, we want at least 5. And I've got the rings on the wrong side for magnet construction. Don't have splitters yet. Don't need float encapsulation. We don't need that yet. At some point we will need motors. Where is splitters? Is that upgraded logistics? Oh, it's okay. We need blue science for that. Okay. We'll go ahead and unlock the ability to make stuff with blue science. So we're gonna need 10 rings and 10 circuit boards. That start doing its thing. How are we on? Okay, we have run out of coal. So let's go. Pretty much. Let's work on universe exploration. Let's get that done. Nope, that requires blue science. Let's activate mecha core research. That'll give us more energy. Don't have the gears. We don't have steel. Blue. Mass construction. What's this? Okay, don't know what that is. That's fine. Don't have that. I think the stuff in blue is potentially buildable, but yeah, okay, we need... Oh, there's so much more stuff here. Alright, so we're working on that. Technology-wise, that's blue science, that's blue science. We have that doesn't require blue science. I mean, we could start making blue cubes, but let's get the stuff out of the way that... we now have more energy, more range on our weapons. Perfect. Alright, looks like we just have to start crafting blue. Okay, that's fine. And for that, we need rings and stuff. Alright, what do we... Take the splitter 100. Okay, let's do that. You can now build the Matrix Lab. Alright. Give me your coal, please. Need it in my belly. You produced your first matrix. You. All right, we're at 50% threat, so we will have dark fog hitting us when we get to 100% threat. Build the storage. We did build the storage containers. Okay, so let's put that one there. Put that one there. We'll put
You've
that
built a
one
depot
there.
for storing items. You can manually store items or use a sorter to automatically access items.
That's going to take a while. Let's do that construction. It's fine.
If there isn't enough ground space, make more efficient use of your space by stacking matrix slabs, depots, storage tanks, and splitters.
Okay. This will let us start saving up the plates and everything. We're gonna start burning through all this stuff like in no time. And then the first thing I think we want to work on, and the game is steering us to, is to make the Matrix Lab. So the Matrix Lab, for those that don't know, it not only generates the blue cubes, but it does the research for you automatically if you let it consume the blue cubes. So it's kind of a 2-for-1. Blue cubes take the magnetic coils and circuit boards. So what we're going to do there is go ahead and get that storing, get you storing. So we want to automate the rings. So what we're going to probably do... don't know if I can take this straight up and over. It will let me do this. I don't have enough belts, but okay, let's create some more belts. We're going to send the rings and the copper bars over here, and we're going to set up a assembling machine to start making electromagnets right over here. Production. Yep. So... that. Have you made enough of these for me? You have. Okay. That will Tesla tower there. And then you need copper, which we'll just take from here. Just send it right over there. These things, of course we do. All right. And I just need to tell you to make magnets. So the ratio for magnets is 4 copper bars and 1 4-to-1. Sorry, it's 2 rings and 1 copper bar. So we are going to be a little bit limited from a construction perspective, in the sense that we don't have enough rings coming in. We can speed things up a little bit by putting in a second distributor. Let's go ahead and have these come out. I think we're going this way, so we'll have them come out this way for now. And we'll start storing those. Right. End of that for now. This is all the I will change it later temporary buildings that you'll never actually get around to changing. I'm not saying I do that, but I totally do that. Alright, probably need a second smelter for rings. That up and running. And we're also having a power problem. So we're going to need some more power. Go. Any more windmills, please. Should probably make another one of these. And start making gears. So it's just a lot of, like, at the very beginning, it's just a lot of getting the stuff. Though we're getting pretty high on threat, so we should see our first attack, and then it's going to want to talk to us about building. We'll have to unlock defense, but it'll tell us, hey, we need to do this defense project thing. Some cubes while we're at it. Alright, coal. Let's get you over to where we're doing all of this craziness. Oh, diagonal belt. That's also new. That was not a thing when I played the last time. So that's kind of neat.
Warning! Insufficient core energy. Press C to open the mecha panel and replenish the fuel chamber. The enemies on this planet are watching you like hawks. Without sufficient energy, you'll be defenseless against them.
Thank you, tutorial man. We need more belts. We're gonna see our first dark fog attack. Just in time for an ad break. Looks of it. Let me snooze this ad break real quick. All right, let me out. Dyson Sphere. There we go. No reason to have an attack be interrupted by ad. All right, they're gonna come from this direction. Go ahead and grab some more coal. Okay. There are 3, so it tells you how many units are coming. So in this case, it's 3. So here they come. I have to click on them. Now we should get a tutorial message after this about how to protect ourselves better against the dark fog. Which is going to be, you should research... What is litter? My inventory full? Oh. I don't know what that's all about. Activate combat interface.
Laser weapon module. Consumes mecha's core energy for charging. More advanced fuel can increase the fuel chamber's power and the rate of fire of laser weapon module.
This must be whatever got litter. Some logs. Okay. What did I do? Alright, I have no idea what I did. I have to escape. Okay. Alright, so now that we've fought off our first enemies, we now have no threat, basically. Which is to be expected. Alright, so we get stone there. Get coal down here. So now we've got those core resources coming in. Oh, it's not powered. Whoops. Stick. There we go. We have more power on the network. Okay, so we're storing rings, we're storing that. We're storing magnets, storing rings, storing plate. Okay, we're good there. We're working on this project here, which I keep forgetting I need to work on. Alright. Crafting blue science when we're not doing anything else. So we're going to need more copper plates. We need more metal plates. Okay, copper's fine. Just shy on metal. Oop, oop. Okay, we got all the metal plates. Alright. The next thing I think we need to work on automating, if we can, is to automate circuit boards. So for circuit boards, we need steel and copper, which we happen to have right here. So let's make... Oh, we already have an assembler. So let's drop that right there. No, that's not a good place for that. Stop that. Circuit board. Come on. Let's make the things. Okay. Circuit board. Okay, so circuit boards again are just metal and copper. What do I want to do? Got the copper coming this way. I could bring the metal over this way as well. Let's do that. We'll set up the assembly for circuit boards right here next to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab that thing there. We're going to go into deconstruct mode to remove that one. Here, here, and then I want you to jump this line. Jump it. You. That'll get copper plates over here. And then we will bring... How am I out of energy already? I just put in... you and so I want you to start making circuit boards. All right, so now we're making everything we need for blue science right here. So let's put our first matrix lab. Put our matrix lab just kind of here. And we will bring it.
Matrix Lab, a facility to produce matrices. It can also be used to research technologies that are unlocked with matrices. Matrices are the source codes to maintain the center brain simulation of a homeland. You can upload as many matrices to the center brain to run its simulation and unlock more technologies in the real world.
All right, there we go. So we're going to start putting the rings and the circuit boards in here. Once we have power, we're going to pretend like I actually bothered to do that. And what we can do is let's craft... No, we don't. Do we have glass? Oh, we can. Let's craft 3 more of these. And one of the things that's kind of neat is that they stack. So this one's creating the blue science. We'll have it output into a storage. Yeah, sure. Too close. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it? Let's do that. Output onto that belt, please. Put the storage unit right there. And start storing blue science. Have you made? Have. Okay. So we're going to stack that one there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set... Oh, I was going to put it there, but there's water there. We don't have foundations yet. All right, we'll just offset it this way. And what we're going to do now is make or start putting the blue science into this building, which it's no. You're going to need to do research. And then we put the second lab on top. And hopefully... Oh, and we still have to do one other thing. Put science back on the belt. So when I'm not doing research, we're still... Basically, we're going to be generating as much as we can the blue cubes. So now we are auto-researching. Both of the towers are active, so you see there's blue cubes in both the bottom one and in the top one, so we're generating enough at the moment to keep it going. In fact, we're backing up, which is fine. So now the science is auto-researching, so anything with blue cubes, I don't have to worry about, so we can just turn off the manual construction of them. And if I was smart, I would put in storage for circuit breakers and storage for rings here as well in a similar way. Can I do that? Don't think that's gonna fit. Okay, we now have splitters. Good. What does it take to make stone? Is it just smelting it? Yep. We need to get stone bricks going. And at some point we'll need to get... Alright, so that's done researching. Alright, let's activate Universe Exploration 1 and 2. That'll be a quick research. We need motors for that. Actually, we could do the motors. Well, I don't have motors unlocked.
You've unlocked Universe Exploration. Now you can click the detailed display button at the bottom right corner of the screen to enable
Let's queue up motors. Importance of Space Force is evident. Having a strong space defense is a game changer. Air power units made from primary raw materials are simple yet reliable. Motors. Okay, that's... I don't know what... Okay, we'll add that. We're going to need it at some point. We need the weapon system. We're not doing anything with fluids yet. Plasma control. So we need this to be able to... We'll go ahead and put it in the queue, but at some point that'll get us to doing the oil refining. Thermal power. Semiconductors. Steel. We'll add steel to the list. What is this? Okay. Oh, we need to do purification because we definitely need to get graphite. Okay, that'll keep us busy for a little bit in terms of our construction. And actually, you'll see here, we're running behind now on the... assembly because we're running low on rings, which I don't think I ever... Yep, I never powered this up over here. So that's fine. So we will fix that by doing that. So there, we've just doubled our ring production. That should help catch it up. We're doing okay there. Okay there. Better now. We're still behind on rings, but... Okay, we have no backup there. Let's add another smelter here doing rings just to help speed things along. There we go. That will eventually catch up. Oh, we're pulling them off in 2 places. Let's... What else do we need? We're going to need this for motors at some point. Let's limit the amount of storage we do here to 5 stacks. And then that way, any overflow will always go into the matrices, but we have some magnets available to us. All right. Rings are now backed up, so we're good there. As soon as this fills up, we'll have more rings going into blue science, which is fine. Motors. Let's generate. Oh, we don't have the motor. Okay. Am I low on fuel? Grab some more coal off this belt. All right, we're using more power than we're generating. Means we need more windmills. All right, we're now at... We're still peaking, but at least we're peaking less. Probably need another set of windmills. Once they actually make them. Okay. How's that put us? All right, good. We're not quite at full capacity, but we're definitely going up and down. So we need to be mindful of how much power we're using. The matrices are pulling a lot of power. Universe Exploration 2 is unlocked, so now we can actually come out here and we can see if I turn it on. Hold on, where is it? Oh, not that. Okay, hold on. The setting. Oh, there it's up here. Track rotation. Nope, that's not it. We can, so Exploration 2 lets us look at now at the solar system. So we can see, for instance, that on this gas giant, we have fire ice and hydrogen that can be collected. I'm guessing on this planet, it'll tell us we've got iron, copper, and silicon and titanium. So this is the titanium. This is usually the second planet that we would visit. But there is a way to show... We've unlocked the electric motor. There is a way to show the veins, and it's escaping me. Oh, here it is. Okay. Veins distribution. So now we can actually see how much is in the various veins, but also more importantly, it kind of pops up where everything is. So here are the 3 oil seeps that we were looking at. There's another 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. A lot of oil on this side of the planet. And here's the dark fog. I think this was the part where Racing was talking about them looking like caterpillars. So there's multiple ships here, but they're all just kind of in each other. I wanted to make, I think it was 30 of these engines. Okay, I'm out of. Yep, I'm gonna take a stack there. Fine. Give me more metal. Coal back in there. That's stone. Stone. Okay. What is this? Traffic monitor. Build a flow meter on a conveyor belt. Monitors real-time flow rate at a corresponding location on the belt. Criteria can be specified to trigger an alarm. Oh, okay. That's cool.
You've unlocked the weapon system. Icarus can now use ammo. Press C to open the mecha panel.
Need 60.
Load the magazine
60.
and activate it. Use ammo to protect both yourself and the base when dark fog strikes.
Should give me enough. Let the manual research happen. That way we get the upgrade for the mecha core. We actually... We are not net positive on the blue. It's like we're generating as much as we're using, which is fine. Actually, create another one. It's Matrix Labs. We'll put it on top here and it'll generate a little bit of science for us. Alright. Smelter. Let's go ahead and start smelting. Gonna have those in the way, but we'll deal with that. I would like you to make... Oh, I don't have it yet. Okay, I would like you to make nothing, because I don't have it yet. Some more arc smelters. Down windmills. Where does that put us power-wise? 70%. Okay. Crafted 3 of these? 3, but hey. Max height. Okay. So we've hit the max height we can do until we unlock it. So 3 is the max height. So we'll start generating more blue cubes, but I went ahead and put more on here, so we'll start researching slightly faster as well. What's next? Steel smelting. Can't build a wind turbine on water. You've mastered steel smelting technology. It's more advanced method of smelting iron ingots into steel with superior mechanical properties. And I think it allows us to build wind turbines on water now. Yeah, so we can put a wind turbine basically anywhere we want now. So you can use, the nice thing of that is you can now essentially, all this land space is now freed up because we can put the wind turbines in the middle of this ocean. Okay. Working on the purification, which is great. Reclamation would unlock foundations. Don't know that that's going to be certainly on the list, but what do we use?
Abnormal dark fog signals detected. A significant statistical correlation exists between the density of these signals and our power consumption. On this planet, dark fog is monitoring our energy fluctuations to determine how much threat we pose to them. When this threat peaks, they may launch an attack. The upper left corner of the screen shows the cumulative threat to each hive.
Yes, they've attacked me once. I'm sure they will attack me again. But actually, that reminds me that we were going to start making turrets and ammo, and that would require a factory. And ammo is generated, here it is. 4 steel plates make 1, or 4 steel. 4 copper plates make 1 bullet. So we will want to start crafting. Let's go ahead and get down here. We'll start the ammo factory, say, right here. All right. I want you to make ammunition. And then we're going to want a storage box for said ammunition. We'll put that there. Nope, it's too far away. Okay, we'll fix it in a second. You. Okay, you'll start getting out the ammo. Power. There we go. So now that we have ammo, we can start thinking about building turrets. So the Gauss turrets, essentially, instead of me having to run around and shoot the dark fog, we can have the turrets do all of the work for us. You know what we're not doing? We're not storing circuit breakers. Vision. Wide. Same thing here. Alright, so we're going to start storing circuit breakers here in addition to doing all of the generation that we're doing. Apparently I don't have enough motors. Yeah, I also need to equip bullets. Okay, we need 13 more motors. Motor. Okay, so we can finish that research. Gosh, this is the hottest mess I've created in a while. That's okay. Going on metal. Good. Going on copper. That's over here. 1800. Good. You do 3 stacks of circuit. Yay, movement speed has increased. We can now move slightly faster. Okay. What other upgrades? Inventory capacity. We don't have steel yet. We could make steel, but yeah, we smelt steel. Okay. Sorry. Communications. More construction drones. I like more construction drones. We'll in queue fixing things, because that's only going to be a matter of time. Energy circuit. More fuel power. Energetic graphite. Oh, we started doing that, but we didn't have... I think we've got the recipe now. You let me make energetic graphite? You will! I put that on backwards. Okay. We want that. We want to go and so. Copy, paste. Alright. Let's start making energetic graphite. Let's make some stone. These. It's backwards anyways, so let's do that. Okay, new. Stone tiles. Go. Alright, so now we're making stone. We're making the energetic graphite, which is great. So we can finally change from coal to graphite as our power source. Let's get some bullets. For the defense, we wanted circuit breakers, rings. Oh, we should probably start making gears. That. Auto reconstruction marking 1 meter per second. Now target marking and reconstruction is faster. Okay, faster.
You've unlocked auto reconstruction marking. Icarus can now automatically analyze destroyed buildings nearby and mark them as under reconstruction. By default, as long as there are sufficient corresponding items, construction drones will automatically head to reconstructed. You can also disable this feature in the mecha panel. Then, you can only reconstruct manually.
Okay, thank you. Increased drone flight speed. That's going to be important. Let's go ahead and enqueue the energy circuit. We'll need to pick up some logs. That's easy enough to do. Really? You got stuck on a building? Right. Nope. That. Let's control click. So this will just be in our inventory when that goes to get unlocked. It'll use all of this out of our inventory. Okay. Years. There. Don't know if I can actually connect that. Alright, drones can now fly faster, which is great. Oh, back. Yours will start getting stored. Let's say stacks. The breakers are almost to 3 stacks. You have 5. All right. Graphite. We got some stone. Means we can finally get rid of the stone in our inventory. Put this one ring over here, get that out of our inventory. Why did I want a splitter? I remember saying I want a splitter, and I made it, and so I researched it. I don't remember why. Alright, let's make some more belts. We should probably think about automating belts. So now we've got gears and steel. So we can get... Alright, unlocked the... inventory capacity. An extra line of inventory. Let's do that. Never mind. We don't have the steel. Oh, that's right. We need to work on steel. So that's on our list, which means we need more spar smelting. That. Which honestly we're not generating enough iron, probably because this is just there's more iron over there. Okay, so let's bring more iron in. Collecting. Eight veins is good. Except 8 veins. Don't have foundation, so I can't put that in. And how about this? 6. 6. 7. Okay, we'll take 7. All right. We need to get power up here. Those guys working on that. We need to get more metal bars. I think that we're low on metal bars in our inventory. And we are. Yes, drones. You're gonna be mad at me, but I'm gonna come over here and grab the steel bars. Okay. Actually grab gears, save ourselves a little bit of time. Make me a whole bunch of that. All right, drones. Let's get the more iron ores in. How many stacks? I didn't limit this, did I? Oh, no. No, I definitely didn't. Okay, let's stick with 5. That'll also help our iron ore situation. Alright, here comes a whole bunch of iron ore. Put in a faster or thing. There we go. Perfect. And the next thing we were going to unlock... are you being limited by R? Upgrade that to one of the faster ones. Ammo, great. Oh, we're at 75% threat. I guess we should probably get around to actually making our turrets. Alright, so the whole reason we did this was so I can grab that, grab a stack of those, grab not any of that. Okay, make some turrets. Sure, we'll make 10. Out of steel again. Surprise. Okay. So we now have turrets, and turrets are going to require all of the belts in the world. Let's actually put a splitter. That's what I wanted. I think that's why I wanted a splitter. Put a splitter there.
A splitter. It can split the cargo passing through or manage the cargo on multiple conveyor belts. The splitting speed depends on the conveyor belt's speed. Press Tab to switch between different patterns. Click on it to set priorities and filters.
So there's our first turret. That'll cover most
You've
of
built a Gauss
that
turret.
area.
This is a defense facility. It consumes ammo and energy to strike enemies with.
And I put it right in the way of the
You can
belt
either
that I
directly
created
build Gauss turrets
for...
on conveyor belts that are built on the ground, or use conveyor belts to string Gauss turrets together.
Okay.
Turret is short of ammo. Most turrets need ammo to fire. Click on a turret to open its panel and replenish ammo manually. Of course, it'd be better to constantly supply ammo with conveyor belts.
Yes, it would. Okay. Okay. Go around this way. Okay. We're going to put a turret. Right there. Coverage area. Power. How are we doing on power? Okay. Alright, so this turret will cover these mining machines. This turret over here, I feel like we need one in between. So that they maybe cover each other. There we go. So this turret will help this one and cover it. So if this one gets attacked, at least there's another turret to attack. We need to send ammo over here. So these go up. Like there, and then down. We'll say here. Put a turret. There. There. Power. No one's surprised. We need more. Oh, that's what we were going to work on. I needed to automate the making of belts. What are you colliding? Did I not line that up correctly? Did I? Okay. That turret will cover that area. That one will cover that area approximately. Power. And then we need a turret to cover the mining machines over here. What do you mean you're colliding? What are you colliding? Okay. Well, thank you very much for following the Heck Dog. How are you this evening? We need a turret. We'll put a turret. I guess we'll put it over here on this beach. Say right there. All right. So we have turrets, which is good because we're at 90, essentially 91% threat right now. So we're going to be getting an attack in a minute. But this way we'll have the Gauss turrets to protect most of our infrastructure. Need to put power in. Let's take the coal out. I know, you need power. Everywhere needs power. That seems to be the thing right now. Okay, here we go. Doing all right. Haven't played this game in a while, and it's fun to watch the discovery process at the beginning, and the whole combat thing is brand new, so I might need to do another playthrough. Yeah, I was telling some folks earlier, I played this when it first came out, and there was, you know, basically no enemies. It was just you against the world, and I put into probably 80-ish hours into the game. And then I stopped playing for a while, so there's a lot of new things in the game that I've never actually seen, like proliferators and a couple of other things. And so I was like, hey, I haven't played this in a while, and I was like, you know, I just want to look to play something new. Normally I'm doing Minecraft on Fridays, but thought I'd do a little bit of a change just to see. If I'm honest, I expected to be streaming to no one today. I'm 100% honest. Which is cool. But yeah, Dark Fog is interesting. You've come just in time for essentially. We're going to be attacked here in the very, or not too distant future. Okay. Hours are coverage. So turrets are covering. Feel like we need more coverage here for our labs. Sorry. Distracted, but yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I'm having a good time though. I feel like we need another turret. This one will cover the labs. This one will cover. Okay, we're double. Well, the labs are double covered. We'll be okay. You cover that mining machine. You don't cover that windmill, but that's okay. If windmill gets broken, we'll just drop another windmill in. We'll drop another windmill in right there. Just in case that one goes out, it keeps these other ones connected to the network. Yeah, that one's at risk. That's okay. Yeah, just drop it. Couple more. All right. And more power is never a bad thing. All right, we're at 99. essentially 100% threat, so we shall be getting attacked in any moment. And they are coming from this direction. Okay. Did low down, right?
Warning! A dark fog planetary base has launched an attack. Icarus is equipped with laser weapon module, which can automatically strike enemies within its range. Faster mecha power generation means a faster rate of
We
fire.
have 8 units
Fill the
incoming.
chamber with fuels and get ready to engage.
Okay, our turret's taking out the other one. And boom, done. Oh, hey. Actually, we're prepared. One littered. Okay, I'm not sure what that is all about, but it went away. A little bit of tower defense for added spice. Yeah, for sure. There's also missiles, so... yeah, I know you're mad at me because I don't have that. That's fine. You can unlock... There's so much stuff, but you can unlock... increased weapon damage, increased kinetic, increased energy, and then you can actually unlock explosive damage, and I think they're in here somewhere. Gotta be down here. Missile turrets. So you can actually shoot, create and then shoot missiles at the enemy as well. So the reception that I've been reading for this update has been nothing but positive. So pretty exciting about it. This was, I mean, when I first played this game, it was like when it launched, and it was a lot of fun. I put a lot of hours in, but I kind of lost track of it in playing Minecraft and a bunch of other games. So. Okay, we're doing good on the... Okay, the plate is good. We are a little tight on our copper, so let's put in a little bit more copper smelting. Lack of item. What am I lacking? Smelter. Some more smelters. Then I think I need to get back to actually making belts. That's what I was going to start working on, and then I got sidetracked. Copper. Oh, I'm lacking. Okay. All right. Good news, we're not really using that much copper at the moment, but all right, let's change you to a fast sorter. I guess I could have just upgraded that. That'll start storing more copper, although, oh, wow. Okay, we have a lot of copper stored up. We'll just increase the storage. Jacking. Oh, wait, I read... Hold on. I read that they made it so you can put... Let's see if this is really the case. You can actually put storage on top of your splitters now. Look at that. Not only is it splitting the stuff for you, it's now storing it for you. Cool. Don't need to do that. Okay. What do we need to make belts? We need... iron and gears. So we started making the gears over here. And we have the iron plate there, so... Where do we want to... we're actually causing... Putting that faster thing in there actually is causing this to be used up, so... There we go. Okay. Metal and gears. We have the gears here, metal here. I'm tempted maybe to put that here and just send the gears across. Oh, that should have been raised up. That's okay. Use it later if we need to. Power is in the way. That down. Okay. Go up a level. Just go straight across to there. Back down. There. Take gears out there. Then we need... Nope, didn't want to put that there. How do I want to do the... Actually, no, that actually would work. Okay. Will that work? Can you get... Can I take... Oh, I can. Alright, that'll work. What? Deflection is too much. Okay, maybe I can't do what I want to do. Hold on. Put that there. Okay, good. I just needed to tell it. Okay, make me... Let's make all the... I need a storage building. Alright, there we go. We're storing belts. And we're not going to limit that because belts are one of those things that you always need in this game. When you don't think you need belts, you need even more belts. Okay, so that's being generated. Oh, you're being limited by... Okay, let's change that. Once again, I could have used the upgrade button, but I didn't. That fix it? No. Why are you being so slow? Okay, we're being limited by how fast we can offload. So let's just speed it up. There we go. Fix it. There we go. Okay, we're offloading fast enough now that the machine will basically run all the time. Okay. I had no idea that you could stack storage on splitters. That's super cool. Yeah, apparently that got added in the most recent update. Someone was like, hey, did you know you could do this? Because, of course, the other thing you can do, and I think most people know this, is that you can stack splitters on top of splitters. So you can have... Unless they changed it. Yeah, you can actually have splitters than, you know, have taken an input from the top and then go out the bottom, or take an input out of the bottom and come out the top. So that's that was part of the game when last time I played. Although given all the storage that I've got everywhere, I could move the bullet storage on top of that splitter. That might not be a bad idea, but for now it's fine. Don't think you can stack splitters on top of storage. No. Alright. Magnets are generating. Blue science is generating. Bet you we're doing okay on blue science. Not great, but not bad. Alright, so we got belts automated. We could automate sorters, but I don't think we're using them that much. Belts on one of those things though that you always need. There we go. I just got a bunch of belts in my inventory. Reminds me, what all junk is in my inventory? Fine, we'll burn trees. Put the logs in there? No, it's full. Okay. Look at all this coal I have. Okay. Let's grab some of that. Steel. Steel is our next craft. For steel, we need planks. So we've got the planks here. So let's start doing the steel situation. Although, what's our power situation right now? Okay. We are going to need to start working on that. Let's get fluid storage unlocked. Don't know that we need it yet, but we're going to probably start going at the combustible unit. Definitely want to get reclamation so we can start making platforms. Solar panels. We don't have silicon, so we'll sit on that for right now. We'll add the semiconductor material, thermal power. Unlock oil. What does this do? Battle and failed analysis base. The core for the battlefield controlling within powerful real-time battlefield analysis and the command capabilities. Self-equipped fighters can dispatch for base defense. All right. Thank you for popping over what I was reading.
Research is too slow. Build more matrix labs. Multiple matrix labs can contribute to the same research. Build more matrix labs and set them to research mode and ensure sufficient supply of matrices.
I think you're trying to research shame me. It's research shaming me, everybody. I don't know what I said there, Heck Dog, for dude, but that was 3 minutes ago, so hopefully it was something cool. Okay, battlefield analysis base. Self-equipped fighters can be dispatched for base defense. A destroyed building. Oh, stacking splitters. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, yeah. Isn't that awesome? A destroyed building can be automatically be marked with the hologram. Construction drones will then... Okay. I don't know. I think at some point we'll need that, but I don't know what that is, so we're just going to ignore it at the moment. The classic, I don't know what you are, so I'm going to ignore you. Oh, we are... Oh, God. Okay, we need more copper. We are in... Okay, copper. Over here is the next closest copper. Or we have the copper down here. I think this one's better. It's a bigger vein. And it puts us kind of where we want it to be. So yeah, we're going to have to come over here and do something about this copper situation. Okay. We're going to make something completely janky here real quick. So that will be how we get into there. The proliferators are 2 stories and a natural candidate for splitters. Nice to have a 1x1 option for that.
Statistics panel button at the bottom right corner of the screen to view statistics, including the production and consumption of each item and power
Okay.
data.
I don't know what I did to earn that. But thank you very much. All right. Okay, copper. So let's make some. That's assemblers. Let's make some. Oh no, I do want mining machine. What am I missing? Oh, look, I'm out of steel again. No one saw that coming. Okay. All right, here's the copper. Get a couple of mining machines on this copper. Seven. Can I do more than 7? No. We'll take 7. There's 8. And we'll just put another 7. Okay. All those copper veins are tapped. And then we will need a power pole. There. Power. Make more. There. And then we're gonna need bullets over here. Oh, because you haven't connected yet. Please build this power tower. Thank you. All right, we need more windmills because of course we do. How am I getting... Go there to... There to there to there. There. Alright, that will fix our copper ore for now, but we do need to get a cannon. Let's go ahead and... We'll split the ammo right here. There. Drop the splitter in. Good. Drop in a cannon that will defend. The only risk here is we don't have a cannon defending this. Oh, wait, does that reach? Oh, it does. Okay, never mind. We have a those 2 cannons will defend each other. Do wish they'd let you drop a splitter on a belt. Oh, yeah.
A production facility has stopped running. If it's not due to a power failure, check if products overflow, or if there aren't enough raw materials. These may cause facilities to fail. Plan your factory in a reasonable manner, and balance production and consumption to ensure orderly operation.
What production facility has stopped? I honestly don't know. Oh, maybe it's probably one of these two. Or could have been the rings. Oh, no, it's what I was looking at. Okay, it's probably one of these two. So we simply say, fine, that's not a problem. We'll just increase storage of that to 7, and we'll increase storage of this to 5, and then that will... That's 4. There you go. Now they're going to be running all the time. And then since you were shaming me about my... We need to make glass. How do we make glass? Smelt stone. Is that what I was doing? Oh, because I'm smelting it. Hang on. We're smelting it all into that, so we have to do a separate one for glass. Okay, that's arc smelter. The robot guy is the worst backseat gamer. Yeah, someone said, oh, you can turn that off, but because I haven't played, like, the proliferator was not a thing when I played, I was like, to me it's useful to kind of get those little tidbits when it's time. So I'm leaving them on for now. Okay, this, you're gonna make glass for me. Gonna need a belt out. Send it to there for now. Copy, paste. We have no power, boss. Okay. We'll now start making glass. So we'll have that backed up. Yeah, more power. Now that we can place these on water, I'm going to those. Okay, apparently only have 2. That's fine. More power is good. All right, drones, get her done. Okay, did we make it? Okay, dude, since you were shaming me about my research speed, just in honor of you, I'm going to make more research. Power. Okay. What key are you pressing to soup? Oh, nothing actually. I think that's part of this update. So when you go to build something, I'll use this as an example. If I click and then hold on, that didn't work. Hold on. Let's just delete a couple of those. When I go to place this wind turbine, if I press and hold and just drag, it builds another one. And it won't let you build a third one because it says no. Apparently, if you let go right here, it won't build 1 and 2 because you don't have it. So you once you reach that, I don't have an item, you have to back up to when you do have the item. But then you just let go and it drops them out. It drops them in. Oh yeah. All right, are you happy now? Are we making adequate use of blue science? We're not generating. Look at that. We're no longer generating it. Oh, that's because I did this. That's fine. These will fill up and then we'll be back to generating more blue science. And I bet you we have a fair amount in reserve. Not a ton, but enough. Okay. Did you burn that? Oh, you did burn the leaves. Thank you. Put in more power. Here's my biggest problem. It's like, I know I said I was going to work on something, and I don't remember what it was. But whatever. We'll get some more belts in our inventory. Ah, we can now work on crude oil. That's awesome. Don't think we're going to get to it today. We've been streaming for about 2.5 hours, so I'm actually pretty close to calling it an evening. Okay, copper has been fixed. Iron is more or less fixed. Although we are using... Every one of our smelters for iron is doing something right now. Even the last one. So we are burning through the iron. We're making belts. We're making ammo. We're making gears. This is the most messed up layout I have ever made. We've got circuit boards in storage. We have magnets in storage. I want to redo the science area, and we probably will. Because honestly, it should go into storage and then out of storage into the science area, but it's okay. Got glass going. Go ahead and pick up a stack or 2 of glass. And we can dump off stone. Thank you, sir. Okay, just checking my inventory. Some bullets. Oh, that's from what I was scooping around. Okay. Why do I have bullets? Alright, got metal. Whatever. We're gonna put these logs in our combustion chamber, they'll go away. At some point we're gonna want to make the triangles. Steel. Goodness gracious, that's what we were working on before I got sidetracked by lack of copper. Oh, that's okay. Let's make, yeah, we'll make 4 steel smelter Reno thingies. They're gonna go up here. Send belt. I can send the belt that way. Perfect. So out. And we're out of these. Okay. You're gonna make steel. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. I suspect we're going to have a metal problem. Yes, because we have a fast splitter outputting here, so we're going to want to make Oh, we should probably make engines as well. But let's do a fast splitter back out just so we can keep that belt saturated. Okay, we're using the metal now faster than we're creating it, so it probably means that at some point we're gonna want. Let's go ahead and make at least one more. Drop. Drop that in there. Okay. That put us... No, we're still net negative. Although that will back up once the steel line backs up. So... But we're definitely going to need more... We don't have enough iron ore coming in now. Let's do... Drop in another... That's not going to help our problem right now. We need foundation, which is what we are in the process of making. Foundation requires... steel and... Got the stone. We just need to pick up the steel. Okay. Make 40 of that. Short of faster belts, which we don't have yet. I'm trying to think, how do we get more ore? Is that an option? No. Could bring it in. Yeah. Sure, let's do that. And we'll put a splitter. Right there. Thought I had a splitter. Make me a splitter, please. Thanks, game. That's... Hey, Canadian Matty, how are you doing this evening? We are playing Dyson Sphere Program. It's good. I've played it before. They just had an update to release out enemies. So I was like, you know, let's do something different. Normally I'm playing Minecraft on Fridays, but I was like, let's try something a little bit different. It's most of the folks that I play Minecraft with were off doing, you know, holiday things, you know, like seeing their families. You know, crazy, I'm sure. All right, that will get these two arc smelters generating a little bit more resources, because what's happening here is you'll see, even though we're coming in with a full belt, by the time we hit here, it's literally pulling the last one, some cases, off the belt. Are you familiar with Factorio? Which I'm assuming. Oh, I'm sorry, man. But yeah, this game is very similar to Factorio in the sense that you've got the base. The only difference is, you know, you're in space. So this is my home system, and then all of those stars you see out there are different systems that you can travel travel to. If you want, if you're so inclined. And honestly, in order to complete the game, you have to. So. Yeah, Factorio, you kind of stay in one place, but this one here, you, no. 100% single player. At least as it stands today. Guide to turrets. Facilitate. We did this. Okay, we've done that. Recipe copy. Each production facility. Yeah, that's the old copy instructions. Now you can left. Sorry. You can shift click on it to copy a recipe now as well. Although this game would be interesting in multiplayer. Oh, I didn't realize. I've never actually paid attention. You can see the atmosphere. I don't know if that's coming through on stream, but you can, when you're zoomed this far out, you can actually see the sun reflecting off the atmosphere. That's cool. I mean, obviously you can see it from when you're in this closer. Okay. So we've got steel going now. Nope. Alright, bullets are fine. We're constructing all the bullets in the world. Alright, we're back to generating blue science. We're not currently researching anything, so of course it's backing up. Let's see. What should we research? No, that requires red research. Let's go ahead. Well, go ahead and unlock solar, but we're nowhere near getting to solar. Here's the proliferator. So this is the thing I know nothing about. Proliferator is input into the port above the spray coater and sprayed on cargo. When the spray cargo is used as raw materials to make next level products, it can yield extra product or speed up production. However, it increases the power consumption of the entire production process. So this was not part of the game when I played last. So proliferators are brand new. So I think this is the... so the proliferator is the product, and then the spray coater is what actually sprays. So fitting a spray coater to a conveyor belt and feeding it the belt to be sprayed, production is either accelerated or extra product is gained when cargo is sprayed. So this is like a way to duplicate resources. Like I said, I haven't really done that. We'll go ahead and research it. The playthrough of the person that I'm watching, Catherine of Sky, was I think I'm on the 5th episode or 4th episode. They're literally getting ready to put down a proliferator for the first time, so that will be the first time I've actually seen it. Chemical engineering. This unlocks plastic. Okay, we'll need that. Let's go ahead and research the ability to make red cubes. Go ahead and thank you for making solar panels. We'll go ahead and research that. We'll add the base to the queue.
Data shows there aren't any natural silicone veins on this planet. You can still obtain some silicone by smelting stone ores. In order to collect a large amount of silicone, find a planet with silicone veins as soon as possible.
Yes. All right, so...
Now you can click the star map button at the bottom left corner of the screen to view the planetary system, or even the whole cluster.
Thank you, tutorial guy. What we need to do is actually start thinking about unlocking engines, so drive engines. So this will allow us to fly. So we haven't gotten there yet, so we need coal, and we would need engines, which I think we've unlocked. I don't remember. but we'll go ahead and add that to the queue. At some point, that will come up, and we'll have to actually make those. Energy shield, sure. But the thing that we're going to want is, no, drive engine 2. This is what actually lets us leave the planet, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to need red cubes in order to be able to fly, to get the item he was just talking about, which is where is it? One moment, please. Oh, it's over here. So that is a dark fog base. But this planet here is the planet in our system that has silicone. Yeah. So you'll see it's got 1.5 million silicone ore, as well as 15 million titanium ore. And what are you? So this one over here, which is further away, has 2.6 million silicone, so it's actually a better candidate. And then the other thing that you can see here, can I move this? No, it just lets me rotate it.
You've obtained the recipe for a proliferator. It can greatly increase production efficiency. Fit a spray coater on a conveyor belt. Feed proliferator from the upper port. The coater will spray cargo on the conveyor belt below. Cargo coated with proliferator has proliferated.
So we're going to click on this tutorial here in a second.
Cargo is used as raw materials. It yields extra output or accelerates production.
Okay. So these little red things that you see on the screen, those are dark fog ships that are traveling. So the dark fog has settled on this planet that we're on. The dark fog has also settled on this other planet. And actually looks like they have 2 bases on this planet, one here and one there. And so they're doing whatever they're doing to the planet, which is essentially harvesting it, if I'm not mistaken, because this is the dark fog base here. So their dark fog's brain above the planet. It follows 2 simple rules. First, never build unnecessary structures. Second, clear any threats near the base. A planetary base will regularly assess its nearby environment. If a threat is identified, it will give an order to the camps of accelerate production. A planetary base that will dig wells deep into the planet to exploit the core. Such matter will then be used to build structures and units. This technology grants a high degree of freedom and evolution to its units, and it may induce dark fog's variation. Therefore, this technology has been prohibited by the Cosmos Technology Ethics Committee. You can still see the core even after planetary base is destroyed. Frankly, only a few engineers were lucky enough to witness this. So this is where they're tapping in, and then there's ships that are coming and going. I don't know if we can see any of them, but we can't. But anyways, they're essentially shuttling resources back to that other base, so, which is essentially what we would be doing in the longer run here. Okay, we are keeping up. I'm guessing we're burning through our blue science, though. We're actually doing okay. We are slightly production positive. Perfect. I bet you there's a statistics panel that will tell us that. Yep. We're generating 60 a minute, and we're consuming 54.7. So we are net positive on blue cubes right now, which is great. This looks like everything's great on the magnetic coil and the circuit boards, but we're putting them in storage. So yeah, of course we're consuming every one of them that we're using. But like rings, yeah, so if rings are, again, we're consuming them. Although, am I limiting storage? Can't remember. I am. Okay, so yeah, so we're basically using the rings as we make them, which is fine. We've started. Oh, we've got a second storage tower of copper plates. Steel is still a bit of a challenge, but that's okay. Yes, it's a really nice way to get more yield or expensive resources. Okay, of the proliferator. Okay, got it. Or manufactured goods, not resources. Okay, I'll have to check into... Oh, we're going to click on this here in a second. Hey, Kinshank. Bonjour evening in the venerable accent. Hello, everyone. Hey, Kinshank. How are you this evening? All right, so the Sprite Coder guidebook. So let's just look at it real quick. Spray coaters and proliferators can significantly increase the output of production line. You can set up the spray center on the conveyor belt with the cargo or connect a in-feed conveyor belt to the spray coater. Feed the proliferator into the spray coater from the higher port. The spray coater will automatically spray the proliferator on the cargo as they pass through it. After being sprayed with the proliferator, items will gain the proliferator points, which will determine the effects of the proliferator. Different proliferator points apply different extra products or production speed effects. Proliferator type. Okay, they tried to make a table here and it just didn't work. So Mark 1 proliferator does 25% points. The production speeds up by 12.5%, and you can get up to 30%. No, sorry. It creates 1 point, 25% production speed up, 12.5% extra products, and 30% extra power consumption. And you can go all the way up to a Mark 3, which gives up to 150% power increase. Oh, it's one or the other. Okay, got it. Not all items will gain the extra products effect. Yep. If the item is used in a research mode of Remader Labs, it will output extra hashes after being sprayed. Oh, okay, so you can research faster. Ray receiver, we're nowhere near that. Antimatter fuel rods, we're nowhere near that. If it's used for fuel, it will increase the heating value. Okay. Hover over the item to see what the effect is. You want to gain extra products or production speed up during production. Spray each material with the proliferator so that each gains the proliferator point. Oh, so you can do both. No. One or the other. Okay. If there's any raw material that does not gain proliferator point during production, the entire production will not deliver extra points. To obtain extra products, that every material has to have a proliferator point, then select the extra points effect in the corresponding production facility. When items sprayed with proliferator are used as raw materials to produce next level products, the power of the production facility will increase. Okay. All right. We've unlocked red science. So our base is a hot mess. That is probably an understatement, but we are defended. We are on the verge of being attacked again. So what I may do is wait until we get attacked and then probably call it an evening there so we can actually see one more attack, and hopefully all of our defenses will be pretty tidy as a hot messes go.
Powerful ability. Supernova. Turrets will accumulate a large amount of energy for a short time once Supernova has been enabled.
What is this?
After accumulating, turrets will enter burst mode and fire extremely quickly for several seconds. Note, Supernova costs a massive amount of power. It can't be used if power supply is too low.
Okay, apparently there's options here. So group bursts, planet bursts, single bursts. Ground is your high priority. Low air is a high priority. Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of things. Oh, you can group your turrets together. Searching for enemies. Okay. Yeah, okay. We'll be attacked here within like 3 or 4 minutes, so we can actually see an attack. What was I going? I thought, okay, I said I'm going to work on this. So we got steel up and running. Oh, we were going to add a another miner over here. Although it's already saturated, so that probably won't accomplish anything. But let's do it anyways. Thank you for unlocking missile turrets. That's great. Oh, I gotta put the foundation down. Foundation. Boop. It's just a lot. Okay. Oh, we need more foundation, because of course we do. Oh, we're out of foundation. Lack of item. Can I make foundation? Do I have the stuff? Well, yeah, we can sell. Okay. Hopefully enough to be able to use this. And I realize
Your vein is almost depleted. Ore reserves in each vein is limited. Once exhausted, the supply of raw ores can no longer be guaranteed, which will adversely impact production lines. Exploit new veins for replacement. Additionally, upgrade vein utilization to reduce ore loss during mining operation.
Okay, I will work on getting more. Like I've been doing this entire time. Thank you, Mr. Tutorial. Okay, so we did that. It's not really going to accomplish anything. We split off the iron so that we've unlocked the battlefield analysis base. Are we getting ready to be attacked? 98.8. How's our power? Oh, we're doing great on power. All right, so we've reached the point where we need to create the engines, which I think we have the ability to craft. An engine requires, yep, and we need 50 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll just get some coal over here. Give me all your coal. All right, so here comes an attack. They are coming from this direction behind me. No, where are you coming from? Can't decide. This way? Yeah, okay, they're coming from this way. There they are. Okay, we have more over here. Now, we're not defending these power locations, so they could be targeting our windmills pretty easily. All right, so we have completely taken care of that particular round. I don't know if these things are supposed to drop stuff. Can't click on them, so that's something I'm not sure about. But that's essentially, and had we stood back here, I think our turrets We may have lost a couple windmills, but this turret would have been fine. Crafting. Okay, we're making the engines still. We need more coal. Okay, we have all the coal we need. Now we're just waiting for the engines to be crafted. And then that will allow us to get drive engine 1. And then we can work towards drive engine 2 with the red science. So red science is where we need to actually come out here and get to into the crude oil. And there's 3 of them really close to our base here. And then over here we had another whole bunch of them actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, there's a lot of oil on this planet. So we'll probably come over here and tap into the crude oil here. And we'll start making hydrogen. Once we make hydrogen, we can combine that with... Once we make hydrogen, we can combine that with the energetic graphite. And that is what will ultimately allow us to get red science automated. So that's something we can work towards. But... with that, we've been streaming for just under 3 hours, so let's call it an evening. Let's see if there's anybody I know who is streaming. First, we need to save our game. 1 second. Save. Stream. Dark. Fog. Save. Anybody out there? Thousand people watching Dyson Sphere. Thank you very much for watching my stream of Dyson Sphere. That's cool. I don't know any of these streamers. Appreciate it. I am going to probably send my... let me see if anybody's playing. I absolutely adore a game called Timberborn. I played the absolute heck out of it. However, there's only 2 people playing, and I don't like the tags on one of them, and I don't like the image on the other. So we're just going to call it here. But that being said, if you have ever heard of Timberborn, it's on sale right now. As one, Dyson Sphere, of course, just came out, so I encourage you people that are interested in either one. But thank you for watching me tonight. Fumble through a little bit of a Dyson Sphere playthrough as we get started. But our next, if I stream again, we'll be working on red science and trying to get that, and then getting space flight and actually heading to the second planet. Unfortunately, one with a bunch of dark bug on it, but we'll see. But with that, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. Take care. And for those that celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas coming up on Monday.